Alright guys, welcome to another video. Today we're on the move. Before I reveal where I'm heading, I'm going to share some details with you and a few updates. So before I tell you where I'm going, I'm going to share something about the planning and what's got me to this point. So if anyone's been watching this from the start, my initial plan was to go from England to Singapore without flying. Now, unbeknown to me, what I did know is that he was very heavily reliant on me going to Azerbaijan. Basically, to get there you have to cross the Caspian. I can't go through Iran because of their political status. I can't go through Russia because of their political status. And I think even at a stretch, it'd be hard to go through Syria for the same sort of reasons. So Azerbaijan was the only sort of border between, say, Georgia and the Caspian Sea. So in order to do that, I needed to get a visa. So I did that. I applied for a visa, I got accepted. But what I didn't realise is that to use your visa, you have to fly into Azerbaijan. I looked into it, there's no other way around it. The border's pretty much closed going in. So that sort of killed that Singapore without flying dream, which was disappointing. What else was very disappointing is that, you know, because I'm travelling as and when, I pick when I leave. I sometimes make decisions, I change my mind and go somewhere else. That's how I end up in Italy. So I went to book the flights last minute. Now, for an hour and 20 minutes of flying, they wanted £580, right? That's £580 to go across one border in an hour. And that does not include the fact that I paid £50 for the visa, which also, to pay £50 for tourism is a joke. So, yeah. So, after all of that, it turns out I'm not going to Azerbaijan now. I refuse to pay that sort of money. That's before I even booked like accommodation or anything. So like that's over £500 for what? Because I wanted to go across the Caspian on a boat, and the boat didn't look that great either. So yeah, we're not going there. However, that means I've had to change my plans. So you've currently found me outside the airport. So I am flying still, but we're not going to Azerbaijan, we're going Kazakhstan, specifically Astana. So yeah, that's what's happening now. It's disappointing, I didn't really want to take a flight. I was quite keen on achieving my goal, but I'll have to change my bio on my YouTube page. But you know, this is what can happen. I could just give up and go home, but that's not my style. So anyway, I'm going to give you some more updates. So through Europe and the Caucasus, I've been sort of rushing it a bit, mainly because of cost. It's cost me an awful lot of money to get here. It's probably cost me a third of my budget. No, a quarter of my budget. And that's a lot of money so far. But I'm hoping that once I get to the sort of Asia side, Central Asia stuff like that, I'm going to look at trying to limit my spending, not wasting so much money. I want to slow down a bit because it's took me 6 weeks to get here, and you know, what's the point in leaving your job if you're only going to spend a few months? I want to enjoy myself, pace myself a bit, you know, try and find things that aren't just tourist and looking at things. So I'm going to enjoy that. So probably once we get to Kazakhstan and China and stuff like that, we're going to have probably a change of pace, maybe a change of style. Maybe I should incorporate more things, try new things, try a different approach. But yeah, I just wanted to share this with you, share the updates and let you know where we're up to. As I said, today we're going to go through the airport. I'm going to be careful what I film, because if I catch security on my camera, they tend to go completely mad. And I get a lot of funny looks at this airport, so that's always fun. But yeah, I'll keep you updated. Also, I'm going to try and stop adding music, because every time I add copy-free music, I've had like 4 videos now that YouTube made a claim against. I'm like, really? Like, the provider is obviously just conning me, telling me, yeah, this is fine. And then they go through the initial checks, but once they're uploaded, they want thinking it's just like, really? But anyway, yeah. But that's all for updates at the moment. I'll let you know of anything else that happens along the journey. But for now, I'm going to head into the airport and get ready for my flight. Alright, so I'm in the entrance bit. I'm not sure where to go. My flight is with Air Astana, which I've never flown with before. So I'm not sure what to look for, but I'm sure I'll find my way. It's all very confusing. Georgian Airways, stuff like that. But yeah, this is the check-in area. It's all very confusing, I'm not going to lie. Alright, so I'm outside again, trying to get some air. I went to the information desk because I didn't know where to go. And she's trying to tell me that my check-in isn't for 2 hours, which leaves me with less than an hour to get through security. With 2 backpacks and my thing. I'm hoping she's wrong, because that's ridiculous. Not only that, I don't have to sit in this waiting area for 2 hours, but all there is a Costa and an iffy looking sandwich shop. I think she must be wrong, because the flight just before mine on the board says it's checking in at certain desks, so I'm hoping she's wrong, because I really don't want to rush through security. I'm trying to carry my backpack like that, so I can convince him it will fit in hand luggage, which I'm 50-50 on, to be honest. It's quite heavy as well, but I really don't want to be luggaging that round like that for 2 hours. Yeah, but no, that's the update you've got for now. So we'll see. I'll let you know if that lady was wrong. But yeah. Alright, so the good news is the lady was wrong. Now I've just got to handle security. I'm just fishtailing through the lines as usual. So let's hope security goes well and then I can relax and stop carrying this massive bag around. Alright, so it's good news. I made it through security, just about. Now I get to peruse through duty free, even though there's not really anything I need. I don't need any perfume, booze or cigarettes. My backpack's not big enough for Georgian wine, although I did try some and it's quite nice. But yeah, so I'm just going to sit around and get some food. I think I spotted my gate already, but it doesn't open for a while. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll go find somewhere to sit and then I'll talk to you about my experience of the security thing and my opinion on it. Alright guys, so where do I start? So first of all, I just want to point out how small this airport is. It's got, hang on, I've counted 6 gates, which is pretty small. I can literally see the check-in area downstairs from where I'm sat. The only food venues they've got is Wendy's and Dunkin' Donuts, so I went with Wendy's because, well, I don't know really, because either one will give you diabetes. There's literally duty free, this little sitting area, and that's it. But I thought I'd share with you like some of the reasons. Like, it wasn't just the challenge of why I didn't want to fly. There's other reasons I wasn't too keen on flying. One is that as a backpacker, like flying really limits what you can pack. So I've already had to throw all my toiletries away. I then had to open my big bag as you rummage through it, which I understand after the events of 9/11 and other things. They can't be too cautious, but the attitude about it, and like, it just winds me up. It's all just a faff. You go to a booth to check your passport, you go through security, they rummage through all your stuff. You don't have to repack it because they're not going to help you with that, that's not their problem. And then he won't let me get my other bag. So I'm being told to stay there. I've got a woman shouting at me to collect my stuff. He's going, you can't, I'm going to get it, and he's going, no, stay there. So I'm getting shouted at for listening to his colleague. And then it's just a faff. Then I've got to go for another passport check where they look at me like, who are you? And I'm like, well, read the name of the passport. So yeah, I'm quite annoyed. The cost, yes, Azerbaijan wanted 580, they still cost me 200. And the worst bit is, when you go on the website, it says if your flight is cancelled, you have to pay £30 to get a refund. I'm like, why do I have to pay for a refund if you cancel my flight? That's a joke. And it just says it's either yes, pay, or no refund at all. So if I had to pay £30 because otherwise I'd be stranded here and then I've lost 200 quid. It's a joke. These are the reasons I don't want to fly. It's just a fact. Yes, it is a lot quicker. You could make an argument that in some cases it's more comfortable, but it's just the price, the messing about. It's a joke. It's a joke. Like, I do like flying. Like, I don't mind. I've been on plenty of holidays. I get really excited to get, you get in the airport, you sit. Oh, we'll get there early. We get our breakfast. It's all good, but it's just the messing around, the added cost. Everything in the airport cost extra. I mean, especially in Manchester, the duty free says it's cheaper, and you look at it and you go, is it? But then you go somewhere else. My advice to you, if you're going somewhere, don't buy things in the Manchester duty free. Wait till you get abroad and see how much it costs there, because it's usually cheaper there anyway. So, yeah, it's just, But luckily I don't have to walk far from my next terminal. I don't have much else to do other than sit here. I love filming myself in places like this because I get looks. I can see people that are coming around going, why is this guy filming himself? Who does he think he is? And to be honest, I don't really know who I am. I'm just some idiot with a camera. But yeah, we're here. Still got, I think I've got, 50 minutes. No, I don't know. I've got some time before my thing opens. So yeah. The other thing is as well, because I'm going carry-on only, like it was touch and go where I got my thing through, but now I've got to carry everything with me. Whereas before I'd just get on a bus, throw it under the bus, ta-ra, and see it at the end. And I've got to traipse it round, thinking, I think you've got to get here early. You get here early to get through security, then you've got to sit here. Honestly, it's an effective way of getting places, but they need to change some of it. It's a nightmare. Like, yeah, just chaos. Like, especially in a big airport, because think of it this way: you go into these massive airports, you got to find your check-in desk, which could be half a mile up the thing. You get there, it's then another half a mile past that to security. From security, it's another half an hour to the actual duty frees and all that nonsense. And you can never find a seat. And then they tell you your gate, and that's usually half a mile away. So you end up walking 4 miles just in an airport. is sitting and standing around because everyone else is sat down or someone fell asleep on the only bench that's available. Anyway, right, that's rant over. I'll calm down for a bit. But yeah, I just thought I'd share the reasons I don't really want to fly. It wasn't just the challenge, it was, yeah. Oh well. Hopefully I'll cheer up when the plane gets here and I can put some music on and relax, but till then, I'm just going to be sat here. Alright, so my gate has just opened, so I'm going to head towards check-in. So, I'm not checking, boarding. In fact, they're already boarding now. Alright, onto the flight we go. It's been a while since I've been in an airport. Alright, so I've got my seat. I've got a guy in the window, but that's fine. He seems quite interested in my camera, he seems friendly. I've got, included you get a nice pillow, a set of headphones, and a screen with films. The tray is a bit short for me, but I am quite big. The belt tightens up, which is good because I used to have to ask for an extender, which is quite embarrassing. I don't know what any of these films are. Aquaman, Austin Powers, what year is it? Birds of Prey, Blade Runner. There's some interesting films. Oh, Deadpool vs Wolverine is one of my favourites. Maybe I'll try something different. Save my phone battery. But yeah, so far seems so good. I mean, yeah, I wish I had a bit of space to film takeoff, but I might see if the nice guy will film it for me. But if not, I'll just give you updates of how my flight's going. It did say in my thing I get a meal, so I wonder what that could be. But who knows? I've never tried. The risk is with Kazakhstan, they do eat horse meat, so that could be interesting. Yeah. So I'm going to have a look at films and then we'll see what else is going on. I also just thought I'd mention before takeoff that one thing that upsets me whenever I get on these planes is when you, especially by economy, they make you walk through business. It's a bit like, look at what you could have had, you cheap git. So I find that quite offensive. Bless you. But oh well, it is what it is. I'll have to deal with it. Alright, so I've been told to buckle up. I've picked out Inglorious as my film. Probably about to get the safety announcements, but so far so good. Alright, so as well as the headphones and the pillow, we've just been given this pretty groovy Minis bag, which comes with earplugs, mask, a toothbrush and socks. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I pretty much have all of these in my rucksack, so I don't really need them, but I like it. I might keep them for the small pouch. I assume you can keep it. It was sealed anyway, so I think it's not mine. That's pretty groovy, I like it. Yeah, my film's about to start. They are doing announcements in 3 different languages, including English, which is helpful. But I always think with a safety briefing that I get why they do it, but you know, when they give you like if we land in the sea, or like we crash land, what you could do. I think if we crash land, I think the last thing we'll be worried about is opening the doors. As they're making another announcement now, so we'll see what happens. But so far it's alright. I just thought I'd mention as well that the cabin crew have been really friendly, and one lady asked me if I was making vlogs, and she said she made her own videos herself, which is pretty cool. She said she's not very successful, but then again neither am I. So there you go, something we have in common. I wish her all the best, and hopefully she wishes me all the best and it comes true, but yeah, I just thought I'd throw it out there. Alright, so even though it's just a 3-hour flight, they bring us food. They had the choice of chicken and pasta, beef and mashed potato, or a rice dish. I went for the beef, which looks very organic. You got a free drink, you got bread, salad. Well, it is included in the price, so at least I didn't have to pay me extra for it, but wish me luck with this one. Alright guys, so I've eaten the food. It was all pretty rotten, to be fair. The beef was nasty. The salad was alright, but yeah, dessert. Also, I've just been to the bathroom, which was so tight I could open a door with my arse whilst I was urinating. It was that tight. Sort of half in the sink, half standing over the toilet, half at, like, yeah, it's compact. Other than that, the flight's alright. Food was free, I got a free drink with it as well. Still watching Inglorious, pretty good film. But yeah, it's not really much to film. The guy filmed takeoff for me, which was very nice of him. Other than that, it's just me sitting there chilling. Alright, so we just had an announcement, we're going to be landing soon, which is weird because it doesn't feel like we've been here that 3 hours. It feels more like 2. The flight path on the screen, if you click it, it says there's 30 minutes. I made that 2.5 hours. I'm not complaining about that, that's pretty cool. But what's annoying is whenever they do an announcement, it comes up on my screen and pauses my film, so that's quite annoying. But it's good to know we'll be landing soon, earlier than I thought. So at least it means I won't have a too late night getting to my hotel. Alright, that was pretty quick. We're getting shepherded onto a bus. With that, it's the end of my flight. And now we're back on more familiar transport. I don't know if you can see there's a jet over there. That's pretty cool. Alright, so one of the main benefits of packing so you can go on carry-on only, even though I didn't want to fly anyway, is that I don't have to stand and wait for these carousels to go around like all of these people. Oh, I'm done, so I can just leave. Alright, so I'm sat here at this sort of makeshift bus station, even though there's no buses. The first thing I found out is that Bolt doesn't operate in this region. I mean, well, it doesn't operate at the airport. It does say it operates in Kazakhstan, just not here, which means I've got to negotiate with a taxi. But that's not a problem because I've just withdrawn 40,000 of their currency, which is actually about 60 quid. But I don't know what a fair price is. And it might be a struggle to communicate with some of the drivers, but I'm gonna give it a go. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I don't get taken for a ride. Well, hopefully get taken for a ride, but at a reasonable price. Yeah, the airport's a bit bigger than the one in Tbilisi, but it's not massive. It's fairly easy to get round. And actually, the cash machine I used didn't charge me to withdraw cash, which is good. It was called Freedom Bank, so that's a positive sign. But I'm gonna have to go talk to the taxi driver, because also it only gave me 4 notes for 40,000. I've got 10,000 in cash in one note, which is interesting. It's going to make doing maths while I'm travelling quite complicated, but we'll find out how it goes on the way. But for now, I'll meet you back at the hotel, hopefully. Okay guys, so I finally arrived. It didn't take too long, but I'm pretty sure the guy overcharged me. Oh, I didn't have much offer option. Turns out the Airbnb I rented is a room in a family home. So, yeah, the room's alright. Got a bed, wardrobes, clean. It's a shared bathroom, which is unfortunate for them. But I'm just near the Astana Stadium, which I don't know if you can really, oh, you can just see my reflection, to be fair. Well, that's pretty cool. Turns out I don't get a key card or anything. I just have to like buzz to be let in, which is a bit strange. But anyway, yeah. So I'm going to end this video here. It may have been a bit moody, but I really didn't want to fly. But if you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And until the next video, peace.